Hi, my name is Chace, and today I will be presenting on how I could solve a question from my little packet of math. So, for example, question number 1 says Sam found 32 cents under the driver's seat, 78 cents under the passenger seat, and $3.12 in a glove box. What is the total amount of money Sam found? So what we would do is we would add all of the numbers up and find the total amount, which is a sum. So we would do 32 cents plus 78 cents. And then we would add this up, put a 0, and then bring it up to the top. Then we would add those two together, 10, which plus 1 equals 11. And with that including that 12 cents, which you would add that together. Wait, I messed up. Okay, so there we go. And then 2, 1. So that's what is our total, which is our sum. And we have to add another amount, which this would be $1.22, and then I have to add $3 with no cents. So I add that up, which is 2, 2, 4. And then I would put a decimal right behind the ones place, which that would be the tenths and the hundredths place. So, and that would be our answer for number 1. Okay. And now, for question number 3. So, for example, Ashley is painting a poster shaped with a rectangle. The length of the base is 8 inches. And the width is 28 inches. What is the area base of the poster in the picture? It says that area means multiplication, and then so you would multiply all of the numbers involved in that question. So, for example, 8 times 25, and we would draw a shape. Well, that's not a rectangle. A rectangle would have 1, and this would be a bigger side, so it would have the bigger number, and this is a smaller side, which will have the least number. So what I do is I put an X right here for multiplying them. I write my question down over here, and I do my multiplication. Wait, messed up. It's the wrong way around. 25 times 8. So that would equal to 40. Put my 0, carry my 4, and then that would be 16 plus 4 equals 20. I would have the value of 200, and it says on the first one, it says 67 square inches, and the second question says 250 square inches, and the third question says 98 square inches, and the last question says not here. And none of those answers have 200, so we would circle not here instead of any of the other questions. So that's how you would solve question number 3. So, and then we move over to number 5, which involves kilograms, which is a different objective of any of the other questions we have had. So, like it says, for example, it says 1 bucket of sand has a mass of 6.03 kilograms. And it says, what is the mass of 15 buckets of sand in kilograms? So, if it says, what is the mass of 15 buckets of sand, you would include the first number with the second number, and then you would multiply them together. So then you would have a greater value, and then you would find the buckets of sand you would have. So you would do well, forget the decimal when you're multiplying. So 603 times 15. That would equal 8. And nope, I did it wrong. That it equal 40. Put my 0 down. Wait, keep doing this wrong. I would do 15, put my 5 down, carry my 1, which 5 times 0 is nothing. And so I would just put my 1 down, then 6 times 5 is 30. Then I would cross that out, and then bring a 0 down, 0, 3, 0, 6. Then I would add those up, 5, 4, 0, 9. Then I would put my decimal right behind here. And then I would have my answer to my example of 5. So yeah, this is the answer because of the multiplication I did of 603 and 15. But I would add the decimal to that. Like if it was right here, I would include those two numbers. So 1, 2, then I would count 2 digits over to the right and that would count. So like that. Okay, so I am talking about question 32, which is an example of one of my questions. It says a hexagon and its side lengths are shown. And then it says, what is the perimeter of the hexagon in feet? So for each side it says 3.2, 3.2, then 4, and then 3.9, and 3.2. Which I did this one wrong, which is a 3.9 as well. So I would add those up, and so but these are also in feet, and feet. So I would add those up, and then, so I would just multiply those two, and just add this one up. So 3.2 times 2, which is 4, 6.4 for those, so I would cross those out. 3.9 times 2, 3.9 times 2 equals 18 plus 1, 6, 7.8. Then I would just add, so I would add these up, then, so that would equal 12 plus 1, and that would equal 28 plus 1, which is 29, 29. I would just put that there. So then wait, I did that wrong. Did it wrong. Don't do it that way. You're thinking of multiplication. Okay, so that would equal 12 plus 1. That would equal 13 plus 1, 14.2 plus 4, 2, 8, 1. And that would be my answer, 18.2, for the example of one of my questions, 32. So now I'm talking about question number 8. So it says, for example, Kevin said that the number 2 is prime because it only has 2 factors. And then Roger said that the number 2 composite is because it's even. And even numbers are composite. Who's correct? So for number 2, 2 is a prime because it only has 2 factors. It can only be multiplied by 1 times 2 and 2 times 1. So a prime number can only have 2 factors, and a composite number has more than 2 factors. So it says, so Kevin would be correct, which is the first answer. So yeah, that's how I would answer it. I'm going to explain how to find a ratio of 29, which this is the question right here on the board. And it says, how many yards did Nick rake? So, first of all, when it's in parentheses, you would do that first. So I would do on the side 850 minus 170, and that would 0 times minus 0 is that, but this is a smaller number than that one because that one's bigger, and we can't do that. So we would have to cross that out, put a 7, and then bring a 10 over. So now that would be an 8, then have a 6, then I would get 608, and I would bring 680 down, then I would divide that by 10. And what would that be? So I would put it in that 680 divided by 10, which can't do that. I can do that. That would be 60. 8, then bring that 0 down, which that would be a 6 on top. Bringing that down, and that would be 80. So my number would be 68, which that would be F for my example of 29. Now, thank you for watching my explanations of all the 5 questions that I wanted to share with y'all. And thank you for watching. And I will see you next time. Bye.